Hey guys, it's another Math with Mrs. Madsen lesson. Today we're going to be reading situations that real life type of things and writing an equation and then solving that equation to get the answer. So let's get started. Isaac received X amount of dollars for his birthday. He spent $60 of it on a new video game and now he has $65 left. $60 on a new video. How much money did he get for his birthday? Well, let's first write the equation and then we can solve the equation. So if he spent $60, that means that he's going to minus it, right? He started with X dollars. He spent 60 of it. Now he has $65 as like his new total, right? So an equation we could write is that's how much he got for his birthday. He spent 60 of it and now he has $65 left. That's one way to look at it, right? Or you could say, all right, he had 65 left, and then he spent 60 of it, or that's the 60 that he spent, so that will also give us the amount, okay? We're going to stick with the algebraic equation that has like the x in it, right? So then, now we want to figure out how much money he got for his birthday, correct? So let's isolate the variable by getting rid of the 60s right there and do the exact same thing on this side. That gives us x equals 125. So how much money did he get for his birthday? $125. In a basketball tournament, there were 104 players. Each team had K players, and there were a total of 8 teams. How many players were on each basketball team? So the way I'm looking at this one is there's 104 total players, and each team, there were 8. So each team had K players. That's kind of how I would look at it. And I would see, okay, well, each team has K players for a total of 104. So now to figure out how many players are on each team, well, players is K, so we need to isolate the K and get it by itself. It's not isolated, it's being times by 8. So let's do the opposite of that. Let's divide by 8. 104 into 8 is 13. So there are 13 players on each basketball team. Michael is saving money to buy a new skateboard. He earns $18 per week. You know that per is times some. And the skateboard costs $126 total, right? How many weeks, X, oh, they want us to use X for weeks, will Michael need to save to buy the skateboard? So if he makes $18 per week, and we want to get it to be a total of $126, then this would be the correct equation. Now, if we can figure out what W is, oh, they used X, huh? They want us to use X. If we can figure out what X is, then that will tell us how many weeks at $18 per week until he gets 126. So isolate the variable by dividing. That's the opposite of times. Let's do that to each side. That gives me 18 into 126. 18, 5 maybe? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's only 90. So we got to go more than 5 weeks. Let's go 7 weeks. Ah, there we go. So we got 7. So x equals 7. So the question is, how many weeks? He will need 7 weeks to earn a skateboard. Emma and Lily ran a total of 35 laps around the park. Ooh, good job. Emma ran 18 laps. How many laps N did Lily run? All right, so the total is 35 laps. Emma ran 18 and Lily ran N. So if this is a total, then we need to add those 2 laps together, right? Or we could take the total, right, and subtract 18, and that would also give us N. So if we do it this way, we can see, all right, let's isolate the N. We end up minusing 18, don't we? Those will cancel out. And this would be 17. So 17 laps. Lily ran 17 laps. And that makes sense because I could plug it in, and 18 plus 17 equals 35. Mrs. Johnson took her class to the Science Museum. There were 126 students in the class, and they went in 9 vans. If each van had the same number of students, how many students V were in each van? So there are 126 total students, and there were 9 vans, and each van had the same number of students. We're doing V for students. Would that make sense? Could we also go, what else could we do? 126, divide that between each of the vans, because they're the same number of students in each van, and that would give us 9 as well. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to isolate the V right there and get 14. 14 students in each van. And I could plug in that 14 and go 9 times 14 and get 126. Yeah, so there were 14 students in each van. Emma received 24 presents during her birthday party. Her parents gave her P presents more. She ended up with a total of 35 presents. How many presents did her parents give her? Well, she had 24 presents. That wasn't the total, right? That's just what she received at the party. And then her parents gave her more. P presents more. So she got even more presents. We're going to add that, right? And that will give us a total of 35. So how could I figure this one out now? Well, let's get the P isolated. And that would give us 11. Her parents gave her 11 presents. Let's plug that in to see if that really makes sense. 24 plus 11. Yeah, is 35. Wow. Emma has very nice parents. All right, friends, make sure that your notes look like my notes. If there is any test or mastery check involved with Chapter 8, you will get full points only if you show all of your work, the inverse operation and the fact that you're working both sides of the equations equally. There we go. Have fun. See you in the next lesson.